The Scroll decentralized autonomous organization is pausing its governance process.
This follows leadership resignations and confusion over active proposals.
Co-founder Heiken Shen stated the team is redesigning governance.
Contributor Raza emphasized this as a pause, not a complete stop.
Delegate Olympio reported these updates from a recent delegate call.
The resignation of DAO leader Eugene has created uncertainty.
Scroll team members are unsure which proposals are currently active.
They have requested time to organize before outlining next steps. Bitcoin exhibits a classic inverse head and shoulders breakout, potentially pushing it towards $120,000.
However, the Standard & Poor's 500 mini futures display a bearish rising wedge pattern.
This indicates waning bullish momentum and a possible sell-off.
Such a sell-off could trap bullish cryptocurrency investors.
Cryptocurrencies often follow Wall Street sentiment.
A Standard & Poor's 500 decline could impact Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies.
Thursday's United States Consumer Price Index data release could exacerbate this if inflation is higher than expected.
This could heighten stagflation fears, pressuring both equities and cryptocurrencies.
South Korea's Kospi index hit a record high, driven by positive market sentiment.
This has led an analyst to suggest this could signal the end of Bitcoin's bull run.
Historically, Bitcoin has traded near its all-time high when the Kospi sets a new record.
This occurred in 2021, with both Bitcoin and the Kospi peaking concurrently.
A similar pattern emerged in late 2017, with both assets peaking together.
While this pattern does not guarantee a definitive conclusion, it warrants attention.
Both the Kospi and Bitcoin are sensitive to global risk sentiment and investor appetite.
When risk sentiment is positive, capital flows into both assets.
Bitcoin traded around $114,200 in Asian morning hours Thursday, up 2.4% over 24 hours.
Other major cryptocurrencies also saw gains.
Ether was up 2.4% to $4,400.
Dogecoin outperformed with a 5% daily gain, extending a week-long move higher to 15.9%.
Some traders are noting a valuation trend where Bitcoin is trading below its fair value range when compared to United States M2 growth.
This gap is as wide as at any time since August 2024, potentially signaling a strong entry point.
Bitcoin has historically shown a positive correlation with M2, with monetary growth typically leading price by roughly 3 months.
If this relationship holds, increased liquidity later in Q4 could favor a price increase.
XRP broke through the $3 level with strong institutional investment.
The token rose from $2.96 to $2.99 in 24 hours.
Trading volume was 6 times the daily average during midday breakouts.
The market suggests accumulation despite resistance near $3.02.
The midday rally was driven by a huge volume spike exceeding the 24-hour average.
Futures open interest increased to $7.94 billion.
Analysts see a potential breakout to $3.60 if momentum continues.
Federal Reserve rate cut bets support flows into large-cap crypto assets.
Bitcoin exchange-traded funds saw their strongest day since July, with inflows reaching $757 million.
Fidelity's FBTC led the way with $299 million, followed by BlackRock's IBIT at $211 million.
ARK Invest's ARKB also added a significant $145 million.
Ether exchange-traded funds also saw renewed demand, with total inflows of $171 million.
BlackRock's ETHA led with $74.5 million, and Fidelity's FETH added $49.5 million.
This follows a previous outflow of $446 million earlier this month, indicating a return of investor interest.
Bitcoin exchange-traded funds have added $1.39 billion this month, offsetting August's $751 million redemption.
Ethereum exchange-traded funds experienced their first monthly outflow in September, losing $669 million.
Early voting results for Hyperliquid's stablecoin contract show Native Markets in the lead.
Native Markets has secured 30.8% of the delegated stake.
Paxos Labs, backing PayPal's PYUSD, sits at 7.6%.
However, over half of the stake, 57%, remains unassigned.
Influential validators like Nansen X Hypor Collective and Galaxy Digital have yet to vote.
Their decisions will be crucial before the September 14 deadline.
Native Markets proposes a Hyperliquid stablecoin issued through Stripe.
Some validators see Stripe's global payment rails as advantageous, despite concerns about potential conflicts.
Brian Quintenz, President Trump's nominee to lead the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, released text messages with Tyler Winklevoss.
This is Quintenz's first public statement since his confirmation process stalled.
He believes President Trump might have been misled.
The text exchange was with Tyler Winklevoss, co-founder of Gemini, which is going public soon.
Tyler Winklevoss questioned Quintenz about a complaint filed with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission's Inspector General.
The complaint concerned charges against Gemini.
Quintenz stated these texts reveal what Winklevoss wanted from him, and what he refused to promise.
He believes they contacted President Trump after this exchange to pause his confirmation.
SwissBorg reported a loss of 192,600 sol.
This amounts to $41.5 million stolen from an external wallet.
This wallet was used for their sol earn strategy.
The exploit originated from a compromised API of a partner.
Ledger Chief Technology Officer Charles Guillemet warned of a supply chain attack.
The attack targeted the Node package manager.
The malicious code could swap crypto wallet addresses.
This could lead to users unknowingly sending funds to the attacker.
Ethereum experienced a rare mass slashing event affecting 39 validators.
These validators were connected to the SSV network, a distributed validator technology protocol.
The SSV network founder stated the protocol itself was not compromised.
Instead, issues arose from operator-side infrastructure involving third-party staking providers.
One cluster of slashed validators was linked to Anchor, a liquid staking provider.
Routine maintenance on Anchor systems triggered the slashing event.
A second slashing involved a validator cluster migrated from all nodes.
39 validators were slashed, resulting in penalties and potential inactivity leaks.
Leading United States senators have expressed optimism about passing a cryptocurrency market structure law by the end of the year.
This follows a previously set September 30th deadline.
Senator Kirsten Gillibrand stated that negotiations are ongoing, focusing on a bipartisan budget.
She emphasized the importance of addressing the fiscal cliff.
Senator Cynthia Lummis aims to complete the Banking Committee work by September.
However, the Senate Agriculture Committee will need to follow up in October.
Senator Lummis hopes to finalize the law by the end of the year.
Democrats have outlined priorities for the bill, including consumer protections and regulatory jurisdictions.
Kiln, a staking service provider for institutions, began an orderly exit of its Ethereum validators.
This move is framed as a safety measure for clients after the SwissBorg exploit.
Kiln described the exits as precautionary, made in consultation with stakeholders and security firms.
The company temporarily paused some services while hardening its infrastructure.
Kiln emphasized no indication of additional losses and that stakers' Ethereum remains protected.
Their non-custodial framework ensures client assets remain under their control.
Chief Executive Officer Laszlo Sabo said exiting validators is the responsible step to protect stakers.
He added that they are monitoring the process to ensure security and reliability.
Institutional adoption of crypto is still in its early stages.
However, momentum is growing according to a J.P. Morgan report.
Bullish's August initial public offering and the passage of the Genius Act have increased attention on the crypto sector.
Regulatory clarity is removing a major obstacle for large investors.
The Chicago Mercantile Exchange reported record institutional open interest in crypto derivatives.
Institutions now hold approximately 1/4 of Bitcoin exchange-traded products.
A survey by EY showed that 85% of firms already allocate to digital assets or plan to by 2025.
Ether and Solana remain primary investment options in this theme.
XRP surged past $3 due to increased institutional flows and regulatory clarity in Europe.
Ripple's partnership with BBVA under MiCA compliance fueled optimism for blockchain settlement adoption by banks.
Analysts note that rising exchange reserves could impact sustained upside momentum, even as bulls defended $2.99 support.
XRP climbed from $2.97 to $3.02, marking an 8% gain.
Session high reached $3.02 with significant volume spikes.
Support consolidated at $2.94 to $2.95 with strong volume validation.
The token defended $3 despite an intraday dip, signaling institutional defense.
A closing price of $3.01 to $3.02 kept XRP inside a bullish continuation zone. Crypto is superior to traditional finance in terms of transaction speed.
Newer blockchain networks finalize transactions in seconds, unlike traditional systems which can take days.
United States Treasury Secretary Bessent projects stablecoins could reach a market value of $3.7 trillion by 2030.
This is comparable to the gross domestic product of Germany.
However, crypto has a significant security problem.
In the first half of 2025, the industry lost over $2 billion to hacks.
This annualizes to over $4 billion lost to hackers this year.
This represents about 4% of the total value locked in crypto. Lit Financial, a Michigan-based mortgage lender, introduced its United States dollar stablecoin.
The stablecoin is called Lit USD and it is on the Ethereum blockchain.
Lit Financial plans to use the token to reduce funding costs and improve treasury management.
They are also exploring on-chain settlement of mortgage payments.
Stablecoins are gaining popularity as an alternative for payments.
They promise faster and cheaper transactions using blockchain technology.
Lit Financial Chief Executive Officer Tim Berry said stablecoins are becoming essential for modern treasury operations.
The Lit USD stablecoin is backed 1-to-1 with cash and cash equivalents. Solana has outperformed major cryptos recently, up 24% over the past month.
This could be a precursor to a strong end of year, according to Bitwise Chief Investment Officer Matt Hogan.
Hogan stated that the recipe for strong crypto returns has been clear for the last 18 months.
He explained that exchange-traded product inflows plus strong corporate treasury purchases equal big returns.
7 major asset managers have filed to launch spot Solana exchange-traded products.
The United States Securities and Exchange Commission is due to rule on them by October 10.
Forward Industries recently raised $1.65 billion from crypto investment firms.
Their plan is to buy Solana, stake it, and generate yield. That's a wrap on this episode of CryptoCast Daily. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with more market updates, bold predictions, and fearless crypto insights.